terrible because it is super overcast today, but it's literally the only day that I can film this video this week. Gotta love college life. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Brooke. I make home, lifestyle, and DIY videos every single week and I'd love to have you. So make sure that you subscribe down below for more videos like this and give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. So for today's video, I came up with this idea when I was watching a fellow YouTuber here on YouTube. Her name is Tina Lay, I think is how you pronounce it. I will link her down below. If you are a crafter or a DIYer, you're going to love her. But one of her most recent videos was rating all of her different home decor, furniture, and stuff like that. I'm a college student. I go to a community college, so I still live in my home. So I thought that I'd do a little bit of a spin on it. I'm going to be doing this with Wayfair products. I have bought many different things from Wayfair and I definitely have some different opinions. So I thought it'd be fun to sit down and give you a full review because it's really convenient to buy from them, but do you actually get quality products? So that's what we're going to be doing today. And as I go through these products, make sure that you check the description box down below. I'm going to have these all linked. That way, if you are interested, you can check them out. And I am going to be so honest in this video, let you know what I actually think of different things and whether or not I actually like them. I'm going to be giving them star ratings. And then at the end of this video, we are going to find out whether Wayfair really has just what you need. So enough talking, let's get right into the products. So the first products that I'm going to be talking about, and actually probably the first purchase that I ever made on Wayfair, are some fabric drawers. I have them right here. I have two of these yellow ones and I also have a charcoal gray one. I'm actually not sure if the yellow ones are from Wayfair or if the gray one is from Wayfair. Either one or two of these are from Wayfair. The other one or the other ones that aren't from Wayfair are from Amazon. And I love these fabric drawers. They're really simple. They're the standard size. I have this standard sort of cube storage here and they fit in here perfectly. And honestly, it's a really good thing that I can't tell a difference between the Amazon one and the Wayfair one because they look the same to me. They feel the same. Like everything about them is just awesome, and they're super sturdy. They're easy to put together. You can unfold them really easily. The handle doesn't come off. It's really nice. I love cube storage and I think that Wayfair has some really good cube storage and it's just a really good storage solution in general. I have had these drawers for years and they did nothing but deliver. They've been super sturdy and functional, so I'm going to give these 5 stars. The next thing that we're going to be talking about are towels. Now, this is a set that I got, if you watch my small bathroom makeover, I think it was like a year ago. These are the towels that I purchased for that bathroom. Now, I believe that this is a 12-piece set. I want to say it's like 12 or 10 or something, but I'll have it linked below if you're interested. So it comes in 3 different sizes of towels. So you have like a standard size towel that you'd use for like taking a shower or something like that, and it comes in this sort of florally pattern here. It's white and it's green, and then you have a solid green color, and then you also get 2 different kinds of hand towels. You get a plain green, and then you also will get that same florally pattern, and lastly you'll get some washcloths. You have it in just like a plain green color and then that same floral color. So I ended up purchasing these on Wayfair because I was looking for the perfect color, the perfect green, and honestly the tone of this green is so pretty. It's very light, but it's got that nice sort of sage detail in it. It's so pretty, and it comes with a lot of sets, and I want to say it was relatively inexpensive or pretty much on the dot of what it should cost, but I seriously love this towel set. None of the towels are like abnormally large or anything like that. We actually did order some towels before and they are huge. Like, we are tall people, but we do not need towels that big. It doesn't shed. It's a perfect texture. It soaks up moisture really well. Sorry if you don't like that word, but that's what towels are for. But yeah, the only thing that I would say I don't really like is that some of them are a little discolored. Yeah, you can see it right there. Honestly, I can't really complain. I mean, I kind of signed myself up for that. I'm going to give them a 4.5 out of 5 stars just because of the fading, but I think that's super normal. And whoa, the leaf blower is in the frame. My dad got a leaf blower for Father's Day and he didn't take care of it. The next product that we're going to talk about is this lovely end table behind me. So we got this off of Wayfair. But it's like a super like industrial farmhouse sort of end table. It's got wood top and bottom, and it's got really sleek white metal framing on it. and it's really cool looking. We just needed something really small to sit next to our couch because we needed something to put stuff on, like when we're sitting out here. I want to say it's 16 inches in diameter. So it's pretty small, so I really like it. The only thing that I don't really like about this end table is that the finish on it is a little bit rough. Well, maybe not the finish, but the wooden top and bottom. They don't seem to be sanded down properly. They're not super smooth. They're a little bit rough. I've kind of been tempted to try to sand it down and see what would happen, but I'm kind of nervous that I'm going to take off like a finish and it's just gonna like do something. I don't know. So because of that, I'm going to be giving this a 4.5 out of 5 stars, but it's a really good end table. It's super simple. It looks really nice with all of our different farmhouse decor, and yeah, I really love this end table. All right, end table number 2. So we actually ended up getting 2 different end tables from Wayfair. We have one to go in between these 2 couches here, and then we also have the one over by the couch. This one is also pretty slim. It's probably a bit slimmer than the one that's by the couch, but it has a regular drawer in the top and comes with 2 wicker baskets in the bottom, which is actually really nice. It brings in a little bit of warmth, but it also is like a really traditional farmhouse style. So in terms of looks, I really love the way that this looks. It's really simple. It fits really nicely, and it's just very organic looking. In terms of functionality, the drawer, let me just show you. This top drawer, not bad, right? But then there's the wicker baskets. Yeah, they're not super terrible. Like, I'm not going to say like this is the worst end table in the world. Like, this is just a little functional sort of thing that I noticed. But it comes fully assembled, which I absolutely loved. So it's kind of a big box. It's a little bit taller than what the end table is. Also, my mom is on a meeting right now because she still works from home. So you might hear her right now. This end table is really good just for the functional sort of little things. It's not a huge deal, but I'm going to give it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. I highly recommend this end table. It's so cute if you have a farmhouse or even like a bohemian style in your living room or bedroom, wherever it is. This would look absolutely stunning, and I love this end table. So hopefully it's not super echoing here, but we are in the bathroom. I don't think I've ever filmed anything in the bathroom besides like my bathroom makeover, but I mean, there's a first for everything, I guess. But the reason we are in the bathroom is because I want to talk about this runner here that I have beneath me. We got this runner off of Wayfair. This isn't specifically for a bathroom, so I'm going to point that out. But it's this really pretty woven sort of rattan looking carpet. It's got very nice like details in it. It's got little squares woven so beautifully. I love this rug. Like I said, the only thing is that this isn't made for the bathroom. It actually is a hallway runner because we wanted to get something that would be long enough to cover both of our sinks. And because we do have tile in here, it does slide around a little bit, but honestly, that's no big deal at all. Honestly, if we got some sort of like, what are they called? They're like carpet pads or like a carpet grip, something like that. I just love the tan color. I love the earthiness of it. You could use it for like a boho style. You could use it for a farmhouse style. You could even use it for like a modern style, depending on the sort of look that you're going for. Very organic. Love this rug. 5 stars out of 5. Next, we're going to be talking about this shower curtain right next to me. This is off of Wayfair, and it's a super duper nice shower curtain. I don't think it really came in any sizes. It just sort of comes in one standard size, which honestly most showers are built the same or relatively the same. And we got a little rod that we can sort of adjust the height if we need it. But I love this curtain. The thing that I was drawn to online the most was the different texture in it. It has 2 different alternating patterns in it that are sort of woven together. It's just so textured and chic looking, especially because there's only like one window in here. It really just brightens everything up. And if you're thinking, why would you get a white shower curtain? It's just going to get dirty. You are wrong. Honestly, you don't really like touch it that much. You don't really like interact with it much, so it really doesn't get dirty and it really holds up. It's also a really good material. I believe we can just like throw this in the washer and we could just wash it if it ever got anything on it. I seriously love this shower curtain. I've had no problems with any stitching coming out, any threads. Again, I highly recommend. I give this 5 stars out of 5. Next, we're going to talk about my comforter set. Now, I actually have it right here. It looks like it's white. It's actually not white. In a recent bedroom makeover, I did sort of like a bedroom budget-friendly makeover. I actually flipped over this comforter. Now, I don't know if they still have this available. Again, this is one of the first things that I ordered off of Wayfair, and I don't think this is supposed to be reversible, but it's white on the other side. If you can see it, you kind of have like a white and yellow sort of floral pattern on there, so that's all sort of personal preference. Let's talk about the actual quality of this comforter set. The quality of this is pretty good. The only thing about it is over the years it's sort of gotten flat. I think that's sort of normal. I mean, I use it every single night. I don't know. I feel like the texture of it is pretty standard. I definitely think that there are other bed sets out there that I would like. Maybe something that's like quilted or something like that. Another thing is that it seems to have a few threads that are coming out. Again, that's pretty standard. I've had this for years, and honestly, I can't really complain. I'm just being a little bit nitpicky, but I don't really have the money, nor do I want to spend the money to replace it. So if you were to get something that's white, I would definitely go for something that is supposed to be white, not something like this that's supposed to have a different pattern on it. But it's a little hack if you want to save some money. So overall, I think I'm going to give this comforter set a 3.5 out of 5 stars, just for a little bit of quality issue. But other than that, it's a pretty solid comforter if you're looking for something that's decently priced and you want like a full set. Like, it doesn't just come with the comforter, like it comes with different pillowcases. But if you want something super, super high quality and something that's gonna last a long time, maybe I'd go for something else. But overall, I really, really like this comforter set. Yeah, pretty happy with it. So now we're going to be moving into some bigger products on Wayfair. I wanted to not just do the small items, I want to work my way up and also rate the bigger things. Let's talk about these recliners. So we have 2 of them. I don't remember the color that they're in. I want to say it was like coffee or mocha or something, but I remember when we ordered these that they had so many different colors. They had so many different like patterns too. So as I said, links are below if you want to check it out. But I love these recliners. I am so shocked by the quality. Like, they are so nice. The fabric is so breathable. It feels so good to sit on. They just look so sleek, and in the color that we got, it goes with everything. So when I switch out the pillows, it matches. They just look so beautiful next to each other. The only downside that may not pertain to you but pertains to us, we are a tall family, so these chairs are actually a little bit short. If you can see the backs here, they're not super tall. So like my dad, for example, when he sits on these and he reclines back, his head basically hangs off the back, but that's not a deal breaker for everybody. So these are just like really small, nice chairs, and they come completely assembled for the most part. I believe you have to put the legs on, but it's pretty easy. We got it done in just a few minutes. I love these chairs. I'm giving these a 4.5 out of 5 stars just because of the little height issue. I'd literally sit in them all day if I could. And last but most certainly not least, the Wayfair Sectional Couch. Now you may notice I am not sitting on said couch because we do not have it anymore because we didn't really like it. Now while I'm talking about this, I'm going to try to pull up some pictures or any video because I have talked about this in some other videos on my channel. So I'm going to do my best to show you guys what it actually looks like. We ordered this couch off of Wayfair. We were kind of contemplating whether we wanted to splurge and like buy something from like Furniture Row or just like anything else that was like a little bit higher quality. So when we got this couch, the delivery time was perfect. It comes in like 3 different huge boxes and you have to put it all together. Now the instructions and stuff, they were pretty straightforward. We were able to get everything together super easily, but we got to the sort of cushion part and like putting it together, and the back sort of cushions didn't fit together, which was kind of a little flaw in the design construction of it. I don't really know what to call it. So we just sort of made it work. Maybe we just got like a faulty one. I don't really know. But that's not really the thing that sort of led us to not like it. At first, it was pretty stiff and we're like, oh, that's fine. We'll sort of break it in. So after a couple months, we realized that the cushions were uneven. So if you sat on a cushion wrong, you sort of just like sink down. It's kind of hard to explain without actually showing it to you. The embellishments on it actually fell off when we first got it. So I had had to hot glue that back on. Overall, the shape of it was really good. It had a nice ottoman. It was the right color. It looked like it did online. It wasn't made super well. Really, really good price. But you definitely get what you paid for. If you're trying to like furnish an apartment, or you're trying to just get a couch that you can use in the basement, so like when you're down there you have a place to sit, like I think that it works really, really well for something like that. So in terms of a rating, I'm going to give it a 3 stars out of 5 just because of all the little problems that I mentioned. I wouldn't recommend this couch for just like an everyday living room sort of couch. So that's my rating. I'm sticking with it. Let's continue. So now that we've talked about all the products, I've given all my ratings and everything like that, we are going to get technical and we are going to talk about 3 different categories. So I have it divided into 3 categories. I have price, quality, and then delivery time. I think the price of Wayfair's products are actually pretty good. Most of the prices are pretty on point with the different products. However, I have found that some things are a little bit on the more expensive side. I'm actually going to give this category a 4 out of 5 stars just because sometimes the price of things are just a little bit too much. Now let's talk about overall quality. Now, most of the products that I showed you guys, I absolutely love, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to be giving this a 4 out of 5 as well. The only reason I'm going to be giving this a 4 out of 5 is I feel like some of the bigger items are not very high in quality, as they're littler things like decor, wall decor, shower curtains, rugs. Those things I feel like are really, really good quality. I love my end tables, don't get me wrong, but there are a few functional problems and just like overall quality problems in general. And then lastly, delivery time. I didn't talk about this a lot in this video, but I did want to mention it just because it can be a really big factor in purchasing an item. So the delivery time for Wayfair is phenomenal. I love it. Usually they will give you sort of a date, sort of gauge of when it will come, but a lot of companies do that and then it'll get delayed a week and then another week and then another week. Wayfair doesn't really do that. Like even for our couch, which is like 3 huge boxes, it came on time. It was perfect, and a lot of the times my products were actually coming sooner than I expected. So I seriously love their delivery. So putting those all together, we are at a grand total of 13 out of 15 stars. Kind of weird math, but that's kind of how I want to gauge it. In terms of final thoughts, I think Wayfair definitely has a lot of things for a lot of people. They have different styles, they have different colors of things, they have variety. Like they just kind of hit everything on everybody's taste. But as the products get bigger, I definitely recommend reading reviews. For me, usually it has to be at least 4 stars for me to consider purchasing it. Anything that has an average of like 3 stars makes me really question what the quality is. But yeah, so that's going to be the end of today's video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it. Leave me a comment down below on a product that you may purchase for yourself and if this review was helpful for you. But like I said, if you are interested in any of these products, I'm going to be leaving the links down below and you can check them out for yourself. But yeah, and also let me know if there are any Wayfair products that you've purchased that have been bad quality, really good quality. Like let me know what your thoughts are on Wayfair. Make sure that you subscribe down below for more videos like this every single Wednesday, and leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed it as much as I did. I hope you guys are having an awesome day, and I will see you guys on next Wednesday in my next video. Bye.